Using any three prescribed texts show that leaders don't rule for the masses, but rule for themselves. This is a question about governance. Welcome to Invictus Forum. We are carrying out revision for the upcoming examination in Advanced Level English Language 730. Show that leaders don't govern for the masses but govern for themselves. In Lake God, the Fawn is not interested in the welfare of the people, but to soothe his relationship with Father Leo. He is his mentor. He is the one who gives him money to buy cattle. He is the one who bribed to allow him to be enthroned to the seat of the Fawndom. Father Leo has access to the Fawn's inner chamber, whereas the elders do not have access to the palace. Father Leo gives him money. And this is enough for him not to care about the welfare of the people. Whenever the chief priest visits him to remind him of his negligence of duty, the chief priest gets molested. Secondly, the Fawn surrounds himself with hawks who protect him and do his dirty work. He orders them to beat up the chief priest because he has come to remind him of his negligence of royal duties, refusal to perform the sacrifice to the lake god, which of course will have negative consequences because there's a threat looming of a catastrophe. He does not care about the welfare of the community. He's concerned only about himself. When the women visit the Fawn to complain about the destruction of their crops by Mororo cattle and ask him to send the cattle rearers away, the Fawn does not pay attention to the women's worry because some of the cattle that has destroyed the village crops belong to him. He prefers to give them money, disguised bribe, as compensation, rather than to see into the problems of the women who are afraid that if such activity continues, there might be food shortages in the community. The women are more interested that they should not be farming, but the Fawn is concerned about keeping his cattle, thereby focusing on himself. The Fawn refuses to take a new wife and give his subject an heir because he loves Angela. The refusal to heed to this call by his subject brings conflict between him and his subject. And for that reason, the women take the lead. The women refuse to sell food to Angela at the market. The women refuse to recognize her as their queen. And the women remind her of her barrenness. In across the Mongolo, Baba Joro does not care about the welfare of Kamangolans. He's concerned about his stay in power. He does not appreciate dissenting voices. People are made to disappear. He kills people like one kills flies on a wound. The people live in terror. They mention his name in whispers. There is a lot of violence. People are tortured. And he has instruments of torture such as the balançoire. He is not interested in the well-being of the people of Kamangola, but is interested in staying his power as much as possible. During the reception, at Wankele's house, chief and doctor, complain of Anglophone betrayal at the Fumbala Congress by Achiangu Ncha, who had not cared about what will befall the Anglophones if they join Francophones, but he was interested in his position, his personal gain. During the reception at Wankele's house, Wankele tells those present that he has not been appointed to listen to Anglophone grudges or settle Anglophone problems, and therefore his office is not a place for Anglophone gossip. Consequently, he is not there to solve Anglophone problems, but to serve the head of state. Here, he is protecting his job. Quente is in charge of awarding scholarship to students at the Ministry of Education, and we would have expected him to naturally include many Anglophone students on the scholarship list. But this does not happen. Anglophone students are made to pay bribe in order for their names to be added on the scholarship list, highlighting corruption. And this money goes to enrich Quente. Monsieur le Préfet comes to the office and spends just a few minutes to sign a few documents and depart to return the next day. He is not interested in serving the public. Consequently, Ngwe and Wolefek spend many days going to the prefecture in order to have their documents certified. In Walls of Agony, Walls of Agony expresses the imaginary wall that the people or the leaders have been boxed in, making them to live in order. The leaders are interested about their power and they oppress their people. The masses are reduced to beggar despite their hard work. In the ridiculous wall, the speaker complains about the walls that have contained their rebellion and brought them to submission. The people have been silenced by their leaders. The leaders are not ready to entertain other ideas which are contrary to what they feel. In Birthright, the speaker is disgruntled by the maltreatment that he gets from his leaders. He believes that he has the right of equality, like those who rule him. In Running Stomachs, the speaker focuses on the impoverishment to which the people have been subjected to by their leaders. This is done deliberately to render the people powerless and claim superiority over them. In No Pretending, the speaker castigates the hypocrisy of the leaders who come with wreaths to condole with those whose death they have caused. The leaders are predatory, and they are the ones who inflict a lot of pain on their people. Here, you are asked to show how leaders rule for themselves or their personal gain and not for the masses. Thank you for watching. We are glad that you are there. Subscribe to Invictus Forum. Share the links with other students all over Cameroon. Share our videos so that other students can also profit and benefit from the work that we are doing here, so that they too can get better revision material for the upcoming examination. You can also follow us on Facebook at Invictus Forum. Please leave us a comment. Tell us what you feel about what we are doing, and tell us what you want us to do to ameliorate and improve on the quality of what we are doing now. If there is any question that you want us to answer for you, write the question on the comment section and we will give you the answer immediately. Thank you for being there. Have a blessed day.